We
What's poppin'?
He might be having issues with like, his computer or
I'm
something.
gonna do this, and we'll wait for Vinny.
okay.
City's dark and crowded, and I need my space. Words are barked and shouted, I need a slower pace.
Road of the city with the bright lights, but it's kinda strange on this one night. Flying through the sky, no starlights, no way home, no street lights. Out of my mind, trapped in a road in the city where it's cold. Praying I survive so my story gets told. I just really wanna go. Go!
You have video of that, dude?
The words are so difficult.
Kill, no kidding.
He walks out of this room alive. It was a fire, but he didn't get out. He died. He was just a bad day to all of the men, to all of the people inside. He knows our secret, which no one will ever hear. He's having a bad day, but it's the last one, the last day of his career.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, bud.
Dang, man. Yo,
I can't hear anybody now.
you can't hear anybody? Yo, man, I want to welcome y'all to a special edition of the Stockade Kids podcast featuring your boy Ronel OL. Make sure you subscribe OL's World. But today I'm very, 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 very excited. We got the Stockade Kids, man. They here. I'm gonna get into a little business. I'm gonna talk to them about what they got going on in this reunion. So I want to bring in my man Justin. I want to bring in my man Josh, Aiden. What's going on, y'all?
How's it going?
Yeah, Scotty, huh? Big Will in there. Yeah, everybody, yeah, pull up. I love it.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, y'all? How's everything?
What's up, Ronel?
What's up, guys?
Yo, I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the pre-production. I had some stuff going on, but I'm here. What's going on? How's everybody? How's life? Talk to me.
We're doing great. Things are great.
Now, some of y'all I haven't seen since last year. I think I want to say I definitely ain't seen Will since last
summer night. Yeah. We met. Me, you, and Vinny met up last year. I think there's a picture of it out there somewhere. But yeah, last year we saw each other. So it's good to see you. Good to see you again, man. And good to be back with you.
It's good to see you too, man. My man Josh. I know I haven't seen Aiden probably since high school. I know I ain't seen Justin since high school.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute.
I don't really care too much about Scotty, man. He can, what I'm saying. I don't care about that guy.
He's the old head.
But yeah, man, I want to start this off with shouting out Schenectady High School, man. We all alumni from there. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Class of 09. I know Scotty's like class of 05 or some shit like that.
Easy to lose track.
Oh wait, I was guessing I was right.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was nice.
Old nigga. But anyway, man, talk to me, man. Talk to me about y'all beginning. Let me hear the start of Stockade Kids and how this all came about.
You want to take that, Josh?
Go? Yeah, let's go, Josh.
Yeah, go, Josh.
I feel like Aiden would tell us. I don't know. We all originally we began as this 5-stack with Aiden, Will, Justin, and Vinny and myself, and we formed in high school. It was me and Will and Vinny's sophomore year, and I was filming Ohio. We played for like a minute.
Shout out to Filming Ohio.
Yeah,
okay,
that was OGs.
Plug.
And then one summer we got approached by Scotty after interacting with him once or twice, and a few shows later. We thought it would be a really good idea if we all just combined into this culmination that became Stockade Kids. And then we had a good run. Played some awesome shows, opened for some big names, and played a lot of good music. Wrote a lot of good music.
Yes. So how do I want to ask this question? So the forming of the band, right? So was it just like a film in Ohio and then we just added Scotty in, or was there other pieces that you added in, other than film in Ohio? What was the other pieces of the band that made y'all Stockade Kids?
It really was really just adding Scotty. I mean, we had been playing so long as Filming Ohio, and had pretty moderate success too. And we had a few shows at SPAC. We opened at Proctor's a couple of times. So we definitely had a good thing going. And then we kind of met up with Scotty. I think Josh and Justin kind of met him first, and kind of just became friends. And then he actually came to one of our shows one time. Wasn't planning on performing. It was like a backyard party show, and we're like, come up, and he came up and did a couple songs, and then from there I think we kind of got that in our brains, and then we played a few shows with Scotty, as Filming Ohio, like him doing his set, us doing ours, a few songs together, and then that really kind of took off, and we started definitely gaining even more fans off that. So we came together. We had a big meeting at Josh's old house in the Stockade with like people literally like voting on like if they want to do it or not. And, we all agreed, and, we hit the ball run. We hit the ground running from there. We started writing right away.
So the name, the name Stockade Kids, right? I know people who aren't from Schenectady wouldn't really get the significance of that name, but what made y'all name yourself Stockade Kids? I know I should be asking like specific. I know I should be asking like specific people, but I'm not sure. What's up, Vin? Yeah, Vinny.
We in here.
I know I should be asking specific, but yeah, the name. Where did you get the name from?
We had been rehearsing as Filming Ohio in Josh's house in the Stockade, you know, for the 6-7 years that we were filming Ohio.
Okay.
And that meeting that Will was talking about, where we were all like voting on, do we want to let Scotty into the band? Like, do we want to combine and form this thing? That took place in that house in the Stockade, and you know, that's where we had all of our big rehearsals was there, and Josh and I grew up in the Stockade as well. So I don't know, it kind of made sense to name our band after this place that was really, really important to us.
So for those that aren't from Schenectady, can y'all give like a brief overview of what the Stockade is?
It's old.
Like
it's really old
neighborhood, like, you know, like neighborhood.
The Stockade was originally a Dutch colony that was like a little, like literally a fort, like a stockade, which is why it's called the Stockade. And that was like the foundation of what became Schenectady. Yeah, in short. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, man, it's really good to see all of y'all, man. I have my own memories with each one of y'all. Not too much Scotty as far as high school. I remember Justin was doing the he was singing Hey Ya. Hilarious. He was singing Hey Ya at the Palms concert one year, and he borrowed my sneakers. Hilarious. I don't know if you
I borrowed your ups, right? The white ups.
Facts. Big facts. I was sitting there with no shoes on, just watching him perform. It was hilarious, man.
Last minute decision.
Yeah, man. Aiden was like our Zac Efron. You know what I'm saying?
Still is. Facts.
He still is.
Still is, right? That's a beautiful human being. Look at that beard, man. Jesus. Everybody's beard. I love this. So, man, talk to me about you know, July 14th, right? That's the big date. What does Schenectady Summer Night, right? So when I think about Schenectady Summer Night, I think about, you know, Schenectady coming together, and this is a big event that, you know, the downtown area shuts down, vendors come out and bands play, and last year was really special to me because that was the first time where my daughters were old enough to really walk around and see like, dad, how you know this person, you know that person, you know this person, and to the point where my oldest is like, I don't even want to chill with you no more. I'm just gonna go over to my friends because you stopping to talk to literally everybody. Like, I'm sorry, baby. I was born and grew up here. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Vinny, I want everybody to give their answer, but I want to start with Vinny. What does you know, performing at Schenectady Summer Night, what does that mean to you?
Well, I think you're right about Summer Night is just like a big reunion for me. I see people that I haven't seen in years, and it's just like such this. Everybody has that. It's kind of like a unique thing for the people there. We all went to this big high school, and it's like I've seen people that I haven't seen for. It's just awesome. Like, even if I'm not playing at Summer Night, once that started happening in Schenectady, it felt like that time, like to just celebrate the town and who we are and where we are. And so to be able to play at it, to me, it's like the biggest stage in Schenectady to play at, and the biggest night. And yeah, it was a wild experience. Definitely the largest crowd I've ever got to play at was at Summer Night. And it's just kind of a surreal opportunity, like being able to do that for years and being invited back time and time again. It was like, it means a lot. And to be invited back now, it's such a huge honor after all this time. It just feels like everybody wants to go and play Summer Night, and it's a huge honor to be asked to do it. So it means a lot to me. I'm excited.
All right, Will, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool to be back, honestly, because I think this will be our fourth time playing it, or third or fourth time. And, you know, you got to remember too, when we first played it, it basically was like a prize for winning, you know, a battle of the bands, which we won the first time basically. And then the next year they're like, actually, you guys were so good. We actually just want you to play at it. You don't even have to win the battle of the bands. So we did that. And, you know, every time was really good, you know, being able to, you know, link up with some of the artists that we played with as well was so great. And, you know, what it really shows is, you know, how good the local music around here is. Like Vinny said, even if we're not playing in it, you know, if we're around Schenectady still, we pretty much all go down there because, you know, it's not only just a great music scene, but it's a, like Vinny said as well, like kind of a reunion. You get to see all the people that you haven't seen in a long time, get to meet up, and, you know, being able to play it again now, obviously after having played it in a long time, it's going to be really fun. And honestly, it's going to be a really good show. So looking forward to it.
That's what's up, man. All right, Aiden, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to repeat too much what's already been said, but
That's
like
all right.
for me, it's like playing a citywide homecoming. You know, it's
Okay.
and it's something different when you're really playing for your home crowd. It's like it's playing in a home field at a baseball game, that kind of thing. It's your people. You're surrounded by your people and performing for your people. It's a nice feeling.
Justin?
Yeah, I mean, I second all of what everybody said. I think to have been asked back, this will be our fourth time as Stockade Kids. I was hanging out with Jason, who runs the events for the county, and
shout out to Jason for hooking us up.
Shout out to Jason. He reminded me that Filming Ohio had played Summer Night when it was like indoors. It wasn't as big of an event as it was, and so this is like our like fifth time playing the thing. Like it's crazy to keep being asked back. Like you know me, I already have too much of an ego as it is, and so to be back 5 times is like it really says something about like what we're doing and the music we're making, and the fact that we haven't played together in like 6 years says that we've made an impression on this city. We've made an impression that people want to relive again. So to be back, I mean, that's really meaningful.
What's up, man? Josh?
Yes to all of that. Like it gets harder and harder the further we get down the line. What's so special about it? Like, all those things are what makes playing Summer Night so exciting. And I think the fact that one of our very last shows was literally playing like on the Summer Night stage. There's just something kind of, it almost feels like we hit the pause button and then we hit like play. So like it's surreal.
And last but not least, Scotty, talk to me, man. He ain't said nothing all this whole podcast, and I know
18 minutes in.
He hates it right now. I'm gonna make him wait like another minute too, because he hates it. Okay, I think this is hilarious. But now, go ahead, Scotty, talk to me. What does this mean to you?
First and foremost, if they call us again, it's called a Stockade Night from now on.
Yep.
Just letting y'all know what it is, because you're gonna make me wait for it, so I'm gonna make them pay for it. Man, it's an honor. You know, everyone said it. It's an honor. It's a big deal. It's massive. It's like OVO Fest. It's like J. Cole's festival. It's all those things in one, wrapped in one. It's just an honor that we keep coming back and we keep getting to do this. But the bigger part about it is that, like Aiden said, it's playing for the city you love and the people you love and the people in front of it. And I think for us, because of the style of music we play, it opens up doors for a lot of more people than it was. Like, Summer Night in Schenectady, we represent Schenectady, right? What we do, our music, our style, it represents the city we love. And I think some of the other pieces, shout out to them, they're great bands, but they're not us. You know what I'm saying? And they're not the voice of the city. They don't speak like us. They don't act like us. So, we all went to the high school. We walk and talk Schenectady. So this is why it's Stockade Night from now on.
Stockade, I like that. Stockade Night. So you know what? Are y'all still? Yeah. What's the question I want to ask? That's not what I wanted to ask. So I'm asking like 2 questions in one.
Ask it.
Quick question. Quick question. If there's any fans who ask a question, leave it in the comments so we can answer those too.
Yep.
Yeah. My bad, but go ahead. Aiden's not connected. We'll bring him back in.
What when it comes to y'all performing, right? where does the song selection come, like the song selections? Because I know y'all like to cover, but y'all also have original music. So like what is the song selection and like what is you know what I'm saying, like what is what is the process of that's the word I was looking for, the set list. What's the
Smooth
process?
Jag, that's your question.
Yeah, go for it, Justin.
First and foremost, I always want to play our originals. Like, I think our originals are some of the best music to ever come out of this area. Like, truthfully, I do not think that there are many other bands, especially in the capital region. But like, the music that we make is so eclectic. Mm-hmm. That for me, the priority has always been making a set list that features the originals. What I love about working with Scotty for all those years is that Scotty likes to have fun, and I am not necessarily known for having fun. And so Scotty always likes, when we were making the set list and we were learning new songs, like, he's always thinking about the crowd interaction. And he's always thinking about moments that we can have, even like within songs, to talk to the crowd, to do, I don't want to call it like a skit, but it's like sometimes we'll do chants, sometimes we'll just have like these moments. And so we were building set lists around these like fan interaction moments as well. And of course, with that, like, we were trying to cover some of the more popular songs of the time. So I'm thinking about like the last couple of years, we were doing Kendrick's I a lot, because that song was it was so massive, and all of us really, really loved it. But there's so many little moments within that song that it like changes all the time, and we can connect to the fans, but then we can also show like our rapping skills, we can show the instrumental skills, the vocal skills, like all of those are the kinds of songs that were really, really interesting for us to play, because they showcased all of our talents individually, plus moments with the fans that we can hype the fans up. So if it wasn't an original song, we wanted to do songs like that had the same sort of feel as what we were going for in the original music as well. I don't know if anybody wants to add more to that.
I think also, to piggyback on that, I think, one of the things for me, being a part of this group is, if the environments we're playing in is bars, and you can be looked at as the jukebox, right? If you're not leaving an impression, you're not making sure they know who you are, you're just a juice box, you're just background music. So part of my stance of like the set list and trying to design that is also making sure you walk out and you know who was there, right? It wasn't, oh, do you remember that band? No, you Stockade Kids, you know what I'm saying? So I think to me, that's one of the things that I've always had this, this confidence that you don't want to follow us. Like, that's one thing you don't want to do when we're putting together this set list. You don't want to follow us. I apologize in advance, but this is not going to be a fun night for you if you have to head after me.
Well, is it who is following y'all though?
You got a bad spot, Arrested Development.
Got a bad spot, man.
What was that you asked, Ronel? Who's following us?
Arrested Development. They're supposed to be the headliners, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they got to run for their money though. They got to earn it. They got to earn it.
It's a fact.
It's everybody. It's just what we do, man. It's just what we do. I remember one time at the Battle of the Bands, the show was so good, somebody gave me their baby. I have no idea how somebody put their baby on stage, so they knew.
Yeah, it's Simba.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what you want to remember.
I remember
those
that
moments.
now.
Yeah, there's a video of that out there.
So what's y'all favorite show so far? Like up to this point, what was y'all favorite show where it was like y'all rocking? You looking around, crowd moving, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all in tune with each other. What, Give me one of those moments. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's one of y'all favorite shows?
I mean, there's so many to think of, you know.
Obviously, I know, because you guys are just so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's so many.
Outside of Summer Night, obviously, because those ones have all been good. We can't really say, you know, that those are kind of on a different level. But, you know, one that I remember really vividly is part of winning the first Battle of the Bands, I think, was that you also got gigs out of it. So we played at Center Street. We played at like a bunch of different bars all over the place. But then we played at the Battle of the Bands the next year, again, because they just wanted us to play, I think. And then we went right over to 20 North, right across the street, and played a show right there, which like if you've ever been to 20 North in Schenectady, you know, it's the classic dive bar everybody goes to. And they don't really have bands that often. So like we packed that place like to the brim, and it was such a I don't really remember them playing the music, but I just remember the crowd.
Did they give y'all wings after?
I'm sure Vinny had some on the side of it.
100% wings.
Them wings are
that's the whole payment was the wings.
I'll jump in on this.
Wings and beer,
going back into like hard drives to find different graphics when we're putting together some things for this, I was going back and I found all this video footage from our album release at the Van Dyke. And I was like, I forgot so much of that show, and when I watched it back, I was like, oh yeah, like, do you guys remember we set up drums on the balcony level?
Yep.
And you guys were all playing, but the crowd like didn't even know like where it was coming from because it's like above.
That was crazy.
And that was so cool. We got to like build. When we get to build a show and make something that's unique for that time, that audience, that environment. Like I remember that one show we did when we taped out like the exact size of the stage, and it's like, this is where we're going to stand. This is how we're going to move in and out. We were doing some different skits and stuff, and that's my favorite thing. I love just like making something for that moment, and I feel like whenever that happens, it's always it's always sick. And Van Dyke for me, I feel
like I went to one of them Van Dyke shows.
Yeah, I think you definitely
Van Dyke
were
shows
at that
crazy.
album release show, probably.
I feel like I've been to one.
Our first show as Filming Ohio was also at the Van Dyke.
Yes, it was.
How many years ago was that? That was
07.
07. Oh
no.
07.
Oh,
y'all don't know.
January.
Y'all don't even know. It's been so damn long ago. We were just shouting out years. It was 08.
One of my favorite shows, to piggyback off of like designing something, I think the time we took over a male clothing store in Detroit, New York. We just like we went into a store and like said that hey, we're gonna perform here, and we put a big ass stage in the middle of the store. Speaking of Van Dyke, shout out to Van Dyke. They sponsored all the drinks for the night. So shout out to Van Dyke, shout out to Mike. Man, that was one of the craziest shows because that was the album, that was the single release for Race Car Driver. And we gave out the single and all that stuff. So that was one of the craziest shows, I feel like, because I just think if you've seen it in the countdown, the introduction of Josh walking through the crowd with a saxophone is mind blowing. And like I remember being on stage and looking at Justin, and Justin not being the fun guy was having so much fun in that moment. I was like, yo, that's crazy that this is happening. So I think that was one of the highlights of the whole thing, man. But that was a crazy show too.
Enigma was definitely like up there with my favorite show too. But what was wild was you called, like, I don't even know how you got me to you like hit me up, Scotty, and you were like, you brought went to some like barbecue place literally down the street.
No, we went to they have it in Schenectady now. What's the slider joint? Slide and Dirty.
Slide and Dirty, that's right. And you started telling me like you got this plan, and I like didn't understand. I'm like, what? Like, what are you saying? And he's like, no, we're gonna go over right now. We're gonna go over and see what I'll show you. And I thought he had spoken to this guy. He's never like, we just walk into this clothing store, and literally the guy's like he's like, yeah, how about you guys want to like
Scotty, who do you think you are?
It was wild, but then Jeff is just like, or Scotty, sorry.
He's him.
Yeah.
I've always been him.
He just like straight up is like, can we play a show here? And the guy's like, he had no idea who we were. No idea who we were. It was just, and that was like,
how great was it? How great was the show?
It was
Everyone,
awesome.
how great was the show? See what I'm saying? You got to ask questions. Closed mouths don't get fed.
I
did the same thing. I did the same thing for our first show in Albany. The first Stockade show in Albany. Me and Josh walked in. I forgot that changed so many nights that I forgot the name of that place. The Hollow, yeah.
Oh, at the Hollow, yeah.
It was the Bayou though before that, right?
Yeah, so it changes all the time.
It was the Bayou when we had that show.
Yeah.
I
It was
found
literally
that
like the last show as the Bayou.
Yeah,
So we talk about the highs.
Yeah.
Now we gotta talk about the lows. What's one of y'all like just worst performances or like worst crowds or worst shows, or it was like, yo, this is not it?
The worst.
We had some bad crowds. I remember Center Street having some like really weird moments. I remember I got wasted on Halloween once.
There we go.
And that was
the most fun night ever. That was gonna be my pick.
It was good for all of us.
That was good. I got
was not good for
I don't remember that.
Me and Jeff, and the three of us had a freestyle battle.
Who did?
On stage?
Me and Jeff, and then you came in. Yeah.
I don't remember this, but I remember. Were we dressed up like the Justice League?
We were,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember the freestyle either. That's funny. I don't know if I had a bad show. I think when we would have a bad crowd, by the end of the night, they wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
I think a lot of shows would start out slow. I remember one show we had at Katie's, and it was like a massive snowstorm. It was crazy. It was like we shouldn't have performed. The whole city was shut down. And then like we performed, everything was going. And then at the end of the night, they paid us for an extra hour because it was that crazy. And I was like, oh, wow, this is nuts. But I mean, I think it always started out rough, slow, because you never know what you're getting into. You see us doing something. You got this 6'5" black guy just jumping around. You never know what you're getting into. And then eventually you're like, oh, holy smokes, where's the next one? So I think it always starts out rough, but
you know what, too, the Bogies show, we hadn't formed Stockade Kids yet. We were still like filming Ohio, and then we were also backing Scotty up. It was so hot. I don't think I've ever played another show where it was that hot in the room, like
sweating.
We all had rags.
I ripped my shirt off. Do
you know why that happened? Did I ever tell you guys why that happened?
Why it was hot?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So
why do you know this?
Because I was the one. Me and my mom booked the venue. We booked it, and I booked filming Ohio. So what happened was when I booked the venue, I told them I'm getting the door, you're getting the bar, and they were cool with that. And then the show went crazy. And he was like, "No, we're splitting the door." I said, "No, we're not. It's already done." He was like, "All right, I got you," and he turned the AC off.
What?
He was mad
that
he
was
mad. Yeah, he was mad that the door was crazy because he thought it was going to be a balance.
So Scotty was sabotaging y'all. That's all that means. That's all I heard.
Sabotage the guy.
Notice how the
That's all I
AC turned
heard.
off after he performed.
You're right.
No, it was hot when I was up there too. It was miserable.
It was
We
so
performed together.
Nah,
That's how Wet Willie got his name. Remember?
Yes.
Remember I turned around and Willie had his shirt off. I was like, "Well, yo, Wet Willie's in the
I
building."
was so hot. I just ripped it off.
Wet
and played
Willie. Oh my
freestyle.
God.
That's how he got his name.
Yo,
Exactly.
see, most of y'all not gonna get this reference, but the only thing I'm gonna say, watch. I bet you Vinny, Aiden, Josh, and Will's gonna laugh. Jimmy Cobb, baby.
Jimmy Cobb?
Yo, oh my gosh.
Yo, real quick. There was a question about 820. I don't want to get away from this. I'll put it up on the board for you guys. I don't know who wants to answer that. Shout out to Gina.
I didn't see none
Shout
of
out
that.
to Gina. I just wanted to make sure that I got on the board so you can see it.
Will there be? I heard that rumor. Too. No comment.
I don't know.
No comment.
Shout out, yeah, what's going on?
July 14th. Yeah, what up? July 14th. That's all I was saying. July 14th. That's
you got to be at the show.
If you want to know, you should be there.
Wait. What was the question? What I missed it. What was the question?
New music.
Will there be new music?
Yo, all right, yeah. Let's get into y'all music. Let's get into y'all music. So, who's the writer? Who's the arrangement? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all come together to form, y'all music and as far as songs and picking for albums and things of that nature?
Wow, good question. Go ahead, Smooth.
Well,
I knew he was the one. I knew it was you, Justin. I knew it was
no. Early on, I remember. I mean, Scotty, you had a bunch of songs already, and I remember we were playing. The first songs that we played with you, we were just sort of like the backing band for those songs that you had already released. I'm trying to remember them now. We like kind of stopped playing them as we got further in.
On the wall, even.
Writing on the wall.
Writings on the wall too.
Yep.
I mean, you wrote that
race
chorus.
car driver.
You wrote hooks for days, man. You were like, "Oh, I got this one. Here, take this one. Take this one." And I think
so
that was
we were just
that was the hardest part about our writing process. Is we were all about like the arrangement of the music, and he's like, "Yeah, but this is the chorus."
Yeah, I had a lot of those.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I mean, I had some songs when we were just starting out when Josh, me, and Scotty met. I think I had some songs that I was in the process of writing but hadn't finished, and I was like, well, maybe let's bring these to Scotty, and maybe he has some ideas for these songs. Like I know Icarus was one of them.
Oh,
wow. I know, I think was as well.
Well, Josh wrote
I know.
Yep.
Josh wrote Saturday Night too, right?
Saturday Night.
Me and Josh wrote Saturday Night together, drunk on a Thursday night.
There we go.
That was fun. That was a fun time.
In the same building you're in right now, Ronel. I won't release your address, but in the same building you're in right now, me and Josh wrote that song. Yeah, hilarious.
Let the people know.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's it. I'm about to write me a song in this mug now. It's over. It is over. But not so. So when it comes to writing songs, right? What is your process? Do you like? Is it like more of the mood you're in, or if you're trying to get a message across? You know what I'm saying? Or you'll be taking a shower and then a melody come to your head. You know what I mean? Like what's the process?
Justin wakes up and write. He can write all
the time.
He writes
Justin can write all the time. My process is a little bit different than Justin's. I like to talk about how we wrote Wax Wings was pretty cool because Josh was like, all right, hey, let's just write like a couple songs. And then me and Justin was living in New York at the time, and we were doing like Skype messages back and forth. And then he would send me something, I would send him something, we'd go back and forth. And then we're like, we're gonna write 3 songs. Next thing you know, we had like 15 songs. Like, all right, wait a second. And then Josh's mind goes, all right, well, we can't just put out 15 songs. You got to do things. And then that's when we went to the band and started talking about, all right, what should we go about with, like, how should we go about this? How are we just going to release this? And so the process of writing Wax Wings was pretty fun. I know that like writing with Justin is super, super like fun because it's almost like it's so much pressure because of his like writing ability that you have to match it, right? And you have to like, and then the concepts he comes up with are like great, like the whole Icarus, that thought process of like, holy smokes, I gotta figure out how to talk about Icarus, but not talk about it like you like the, you know what I mean, the back in the day version.
Come at you with a song in 7 and be like,
I know, like him. He was like, here's him, write it, and I said, okay, thanks, Justin. I rewrote that a few times because I was nervous, but I mean, just Justin's ability, I think he sets the tone when it comes to the writing, and then it was amazing. Like baseball, he's the best leadoff ever, and then we just got to come through and do our part after. But it was always fun.
So talk to me about rehearsals. How are y'all preparing for this show? You know what I'm saying? Like what's and even like before everybody got grown and started moving how they moved. What was saying, like how are practices and rehearsals and things like that
back then or now?
Give me now and then back then, because I do want to know what y'all process is when it comes to y'all coming together to do Summer Night. So I do want to know how are y'all rehearsing and what's the process of y'all forming y'all set together.
Yeah, basically, back in the day when we were all together, unfortunately, at most points, there was always at least one of us kind of not in the area. So we always kind of had to take that into consideration, which we always were able to do pretty, easily. But, back in the day, we basically, would all come together for rehearsal. And a lot of the times it was more of like, we're trying to work out the songs, not necessarily just, straight up rehearsing a full set through. But we'd be actually working out and kind of writing the songs as we go, at least the music part of it. Whereas now, and probably the last few years of Stockade Kids, we kind of segmented it a little bit, which made us, definitely a little bit more efficient on our rehearsals. Where we would basically do a rhythm section rehearsal, which is basically what we're doing now as we're preparing so far. And then we would get the horns together. They would have kind of their own rehearsals, sometimes with Justin, sometimes just the two of them, just really working out their parts. So when we get back into the rehearsal room, we're good to go. And we're ready.
Leave me alone, Nick.
So as of right now, though, and Justin and Vinny can jump in on this too. As the other folks are still out of state. We've been rehearsing pretty much every week. Not to give too much away, but really honing in on our set list and getting all those old songs together and making sure that not only that they are good enough as they were back then, but might have a little bit more spice to them as we've kind of reintroduced them to our rehearsals. So that's going to be really fun. But yeah, go ahead.
I'll say that the rehearsals have been a trip. Like we took months and like maybe a year off before, but like going for 5 years, not touching these songs and like coming back to them, it was like my mind was like something is about to happen. Like I do a fill here or there's a bridge, but I don't know what it is. Yeah. And then it like happened in real time. But it's crazy like playing these songs again in that process. And just to talk back on just writing process in general, I think that Scotty and Justin, they do this really good job at bringing like a skeleton of something or bringing an idea and then not being precious with it and saying like, how does this fit into a group? What bass line do we want to do? And that just morphs once we're all together. And songs can really start in one place and then go somewhere else. And for me, I'm the one that always like throws a wrench in the fire. I'm like, what if we didn't do that? Every time. And I feel like more and more over time, like, let's just try it. Let's try it.
We're better at trying things now. Way better.
Like everyone's always like, yeah, okay, let's try
it. So I just want to give them flowers for like being able to hear out my crazy ideas, and sometimes they work, and sometimes I'm like, no, you're right, that was stupid. But building this show has been it's definitely been like the most interesting thing. I'm excited to see when we all come together. That's going to be I'm really looking forward to that because it was a kind of I didn't expect it to be as impactful as it was going 5 years and then having Will, Justin, and I start playing some of these songs, like we're just smiling ear to ear. Like, yeah, this is crazy. We remember that.
Is anyone? I got a question. Is anyone else nervous? Is anyone else thinking about this?
Come on, cut it out.
I'm the only one that's nervous.
We're the ones rehearsing every week, so we're starting to get it down.
Matt, Nick, stop. Nick, just stop, bro.
I'm so terrified. Like I look at this like cracking up when I got the call. So when I got the call, I thought it was like a joke. I'm like, nah, this is never gonna happen. This is never gonna happen. I thought my wife was gonna say no. She's like, yeah. I'm like, what? Oh, here we go. So then, you call the guys, you call Josh, and you say, all right, what's going on? And then I'm like, I don't know if I kind of wanted someone else to like cancel it for me, but I honestly wanted to do it, but it's like now
you want to come up
like
here.
Can't be that guy.
Yeah, I'll never be that guy. But now that we're getting closer and closer, it's like, holy smokes, this is getting like it's been 6 years. It's been a long time, and now we're gonna and I don't know if you guys remember, the last Summer Night stage is significantly bigger than the first one. Mm-hmm. It's pretty massive.
Well, y'all played on the main stage, right?
Well, no, we're playing on the little one on J Street. Of course, it's Stockade Night.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
Stockade Night, Ronel.
My fault. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. My bad. I be forgetting. So, who have y'all ever like collaborated with any other artists as far as like music in shows? Or it's just
like
y'all just keep it all in house?
Well,
I think we all have at some point.
Yeah, I mean, right? No, we've all played with other people. I think the weirdest thing is the way we formed was kind of like an experiment in collaborating. Like I even remember like when we formed, like, yeah, well, we'll be Stockade Kids, but then Scotty Monaco can still do his own thing and Filming Ohio can still play. But then it was going so well, we started just like going all in on playing Stockade Kids stuff. But then after a certain amount of time, I think we did start spreading out the projects, and we started, like, everyone ended up releasing like their own thing at some point. But I don't know. Did anyone recall something where like we really like worked with another group?
Not as a whole, definitely.
Yeah.
No, not as a whole.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's too challenging.
I played with Scotty, obviously, when he was doing some of his solo stuff, which was always fun, you know, and Josh did as well. I think Aiden did too. I can't remember, but yeah, and Vinny and I have played with a couple other artists, and, you know, I think pretty much everybody in the group has done something outside the band. And, you know, one thing which is kind of good about that, and why I feel like we've always been able to not have egos about that kind of stuff, is, you know, throughout this whole band since the beginning of Filming Ohio, Justin has always done his solo stuff, which we always, you know, were totally fine with. Like, there was no egos in the band, and, you know, and a lot of the time we brought those things into the band, which actually, you know, turned out really good. So yeah, I think, you know, experimenting with outside of the band sometimes has actually brought some stuff into the band, which has given us some different things that we could do with our sound.
So basically, y'all just opened up for me to, you know what I'm saying, get my feature on. All right. So yeah, Scotty. Yeah, I need like 8 bars. You let me get my 8 bars off, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm out. It's all good after that.
We'll get you on drums too.
Vinny, you gotta spin, bro. Vinny, you gotta spin, bro.
This is your live audition, Onizi. Give us 4 bars.
I will
Sell
not
it right now.
I will not do it. Not for free anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't getting on
pay
that
for that.
stage then, bro. I'm just saying. I don't know what.
All I ask is for 1 backstage pass, you know, backstage pass, so I can, you know what I'm saying, feel like I'm important, and then you know what I'm saying, y'all all good with me.
I know doing VIP passes too.
Like, as far as like collaborating really goes, though, I think the one unique thing about us is the fact that we were playing, like we were an original group, like we were playing original music and covers, and we had been together so long, being able to do the bar scene as Filming Ohio. We were able to play shows that most groups in the capital region just weren't able to do because they didn't have the vast amount of time together. Like, we really grinded, like in high school, for like, we rehearsed multiple times a week.
Before we could drive. You remember how many gigs did our parents drive us to all over?
Shout out to them.
And like,
shout out to the parents.
We would play Union College frat parties before our parents would drive us to a frat party to play.
And then pick us up after,
and then get beers at the keg.
In the back, super awkward. It was really great.
That was awesome.
We are not promoting underage drinking, okay?
No, yeah. None of that.
We are not promoting that.
This is a family. This is a family program.
This is so
family. July 14th.
Got my first strike.
Now, see, if this was like just Orwell's world, I promise you this will go a whole nother direction.
Part two.
Yeah. We can do that.
I know what you're saying, though, Josh. We had hours and hours of music in the bank.
I remember in like the height of it, when you speak of rehearsal and the height of it, I remember us doing like, I remember that one time we had like 3 shows in 24 hours, and that was kind of intense.
3?
And
how'd y'all pull that off?
It was just one of those. We were just, I mean, we were in that red hot stage where like everybody was calling, everybody wanted, and it was one of those days. I remember being exhausted and like still loving it. Like, still loving that moment and still being in it, and like
it was Proctor's and then New Albany. Proctor's, we opened for I can't remember their name.
For Village People?
Village People.
No,
Yeah.
but Scotty
wasn't
wasn't
it.
at that show.
No.
I wasn't
Okay,
at that
maybe
show.
not.
I mean,
maybe
this
not.
there was multiple hits. Like there was the one where we played
Yeah.
in New York City, and then we
Yeah.
went, and then we played in the morning at the school.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that was the one,
that's
yeah.
the 3 shows.
That might have been.
Yeah,
it,
and then we played like a bar gig that night.
We played
Yeah.
Center Street that night.
Yeah.
Yes.
So our
That's
3
crazy.
shows, one of them was in New York City within
Yes.
24
Yeah.
hours. That's
Within 24 hours.
That's
Yeah.
OD.
We didn't get
played
back
at,
to like. I'm not gonna tell you why because it's a family show, but we didn't get back to like 4 or 5 in the morning. It's my fault.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, nah. I need, yeah. As soon as this live is off, I need all the tea, all
Well,
of
there's
it.
a lot of that.
That's
Oh,
that's
man.
that's that 4 drinks ago.
Yeah.
That's that saying we shouldn't be friends.
What's that? What are you speaking of? Justin?
That's what that is.
4 drinks ago. That
Is that a
is a
song?
fact.
Is that a song?
That is a fact. That is a fact, man. I just have to like ask when we look at this, when we look back on this, and we look back at this moment, and I'll start with Vinny, right? What do you want Stockade to mean to your kids?
Wait, does anybody other than me and Scott even have kids on here?
When you look back, I'm saying future. Like
No, nobody.
yeah.
Don't be asking.
I don't
about
want my
their
kids
kid.
to know. I don't want my kids to know about this stage in my life. But go ahead, Vinny.
Yeah, I think for there being like 5 years, there's a lot of people in my life right now that have never seen Stockade Kids live. And for them to see this, that's really cool. And I realize kind of that it is a part of like who I am. It's a part of my legacy. It's something that I want to, I can't wait to play this album for my kids someday. That'd be awesome. That's like a crazy surreal experience. I mean, have you done that, Scott?
No.
I mean, that's,
No.
yeah.
I'm
think
dad
that-
only. I'm dad only.
I'll fix that.
They don't even know that it's as cool as he is. Yeah, man, it means a lot. It means a lot to like. I played in a lot of bands throughout my whole life, and never have I had like an album to show, like something to like physically show and play and say this captures this year, these years, these, and to look back and also say like that was 10 years ago is a trip. So I can't even imagine down the road, but it's. Yeah, I think it gives them like a window into who we were at this time, and that's in a way that music only can do. So yeah, that's really cool. I haven't thought about that.
Will?
Yeah, really. I mean, the legacy of the band is these 6 guys. So and like Vinny said too, there's a lot of people out there that haven't seen us play, or maybe only saw us play that one time at Summer Night, and then kind of like. We're like, hey, what's next for you guys? And then we kind of just were on our hiatus or break. But one thing that I'm gonna always remember is the grind and the rehearsals and the laughs and sometimes getting in mini fights and stuff like that. Those are the things I'm gonna remember. The shows obviously have been great. The music has been great, but just being a family, that's what I I'm gonna miss and love about the band too. So
Josh, I'll just put you up.
I was planning for it to go all the way around. No. This group has been the like, it was the most consistent thing probably in my life for the longest time.
Josh,
and so the idea that like it gets to come back, and then like there's this extra chapter, there's this like this epilogue that happens after the fact, like it's like perfectly special. And like I just think about what it'll be like in the future, coming back and thinking about it, and like that's just like unreal. It's really something I never thought was gonna happen.
Awesome, eh?
Yo, yeah, I mean, this band really kind of gave me the bug to do music and to be a performer. It got this kind of ground zero for me and my career and how it's kind of panned out and been shaped, and this is kind of the foundation of it all. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to be playing with everybody again too.
Yeah, you did.
I'm letting Justin go last. Deal with it, Smooth.
Go, Scotty.
This is first and foremost, man. Thank you to each and every one of you guys for dealing with my madness and my ego and my like crazy ideas and just giving me the opportunity and the chance, because when we started out, when I'm just like, hey, let's do the show, and I did the tracks and all this other stuff, you guys are classically trained, and you got this 6'5" rapper who's like, oh, let's do this thing, and it's like, what? No, absolutely not. But thank you so much for that, because it's been a crazy journey. But I think the legacy of Stockade Kids to me is just, man, we was really the voice of the city we love, and we were really something special that people are still calling for it today, which was really great. And I when we started posting again, and to see the interaction, and people were like, wait, this is happening, and that was cool. And this has been such an honor and such a journey. I'm just thankful for the opportunity, because I know most people don't get to live their dreams, and most people don't get to even try taking a risk, and we did, and now we're here. So I'm just thankful, and as always, Smooth, you can close it out.
Like, why do you do this to me?
Be prolific.
Better be good.
I have no words of wisdom for anybody. I think the legacy of this group for me is there. I want to say this very diplomatically. I think a lot of times in this region, in upstate New York, the best is not always what gets promoted.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a good chunk of time for Stockade Kids where we were on top of this city, and we still are.
Ooh.
Shots? Is that shots?
6-year break and it still hits.
And people saw it, they recognized it. The fact that we got invited back to Summer Night so many times, Tulip Fest, Proctor's, like, I think the legacy for me is proving that if you work really hard and you're good at what you do, you will come out on top. And that does not always happen, no matter what industry you're in, but especially in music. And it's really, really special to be a part of a group, especially a group with 6 people in it that was able to do that and have that legacy. And we're going to show them what that looks like all over again. July 14th.
July 14th.
Listen, yo, July 14th.
Well said. Well said.
Stockade Kids, y'all better not.
That wasn't really diplomatic.
Y'all better not start
I
crying,
like
because
that.
I
was real
start.
Schenectady of you.
I will start crying if y'all start crying, man. Don't do it on here, man. Make sure that y'all pop out. Schenectady Summer Night, July 14th. Stockade Kids is on the stage, and I'm there with y'all, man. I'm in there. I'm on stage. I might stage dive. We'll see what happens.
That's a far jump.
6 o'clock.
Is that a far jump?
Yeah, the stage is
I don't know.
massive.
I never been on Schenectady Summer Night stage. I'm not cool enough.
As long as you come up and do the funky chicken like you did at Northern Lights back in the day, you're good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, call them out. Call them out.
Yo!
Before we leave, though, let's look at
There
some
is
of these
video
comments.
up there.
We got video of that.
Yeah, that's good. Can we look at some of these comments before we leave?
Yeah.
Because I don't want anyone to like.
Yeah.
If you're still with us, there's like 15, 20 people. If you're still with us, please leave some comments. But we got Gina, Vinny's finally here. Oh baby,
Yo,
never
I'm sorry,
forget.
guys, man. I don't even know. If you told me how to remember my Facebook password to get on this, I would have been like, hold on.
I almost hit everyone up last night and said, click this link so you understand how to log in. But I was like, no, I'm sure we're all grown
French.
up.
I don't know how it got into French. I don't know what was going on.
It's in French.
My bad. Yeah, like all the emails were in French. I don't know. I'm not gonna waste time. So, but my bad. I'm sorry I wasn't here.
Kara said 100. Kara said YOLO. J-Fest said Scotty knows my favorite crowd interaction moment. D-Fresh said what up? D-Fresh said reunion tour. Kara, I think she said Battle of the Bands was her favorite show. That was a crazy show.
Whose pants? Your pants ripped, bro?
Yeah,
that was Battle of the Bands.
That's a story about a.
That is a funny story. We had to win, so I had no choice. Shout out to our brother Steve Peck. He said this brings me back. I think he's talking about how hot that room was because he was there that night.
Yeah.
He said I'm gonna go grab a room temperature Miller Lite.
Thanks, Steve.
D Fresh was there too. He said I remember that too. It was hot as shit. Justin, you owe somebody an album from 08. God bless you. I hope you get it to him.
Wait.
Andrew Cotton said still waiting on that CD I asked Justin for in like 08.
Oh shoot!
He's smooth.
Solo album.
DM me. We'll get it straightened out.
I went for a very exciting Crit. Shout out to Crit. What up, bro? My brother. I haven't seen him forever. Steve Peck. This is hilarious. He said, "Do you use Chat GPT to write new albums?" That's pretty funny.
If we don't put out a new record, we could just use like that AI vocals.
There you go.
Yeah,
somebody could write the songs and have us sing it.
I'm gonna start producing Stockade Kids.
That's a concept, though. That's our next concept album, isn't it? Just generate
AI,
do whatever we do.
That is hilarious.
I mean, I'll still write if I don't got to do anything with it.
I like it.
Choreographic horns. They want Josh and Aiden with some horns. We know how that goes. Crit again. All geniuses, kings. Love y'all. And then here goes our brother Nicky Rose roasting everybody. This is what he does.
No, he just roasted me.
I look like a hairless kangaroo. That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Stephen Peck said, "Good stuff, fellas. Looking forward to hearing the new stuff. God bless." I'm still a beast. I'm still a beast on the trumpet and keys. It's in our blood. Ronel's background is significantly different than everybody else's. That is funny. Andrew Cotton, who is my friend on the set list. That's a smooth jet.
Gotta ask Justin that one.
Is what?
My friend.
My friend? Is that
maybe friend?
Maybe just friend.
Or maybe it's
my friend.
Biz Marquis.
You got a song called My Friend?
Or you used to have a song called Friend.
Yeah,
a song called Friend, and the lyric was My Friend.
Yeah.
So
My friend.
most likely.
Yeah, it's fire.
And I guess you got to come out on the 14th to find out.
Yeah, Gary said for the record, you guys were much better than the Village people at Proctor.
Shout out Gary, man. That's my guy.
Shout out Big Gary. I love Gary, bro. Shout out to you, bro. And then the stage of the Summer Night thing. That was on the Battle of the Bands. I was in Elephant Pants. Shout out to Aiden's brother. Thanks, appreciate it. He was it was fun. They were comfortable. And then things went awry. That's a little too long. Short story short. I mean, hey, you guys got anything before we get up out of here?
Nope.
I'm good.
July 14th.
Yeah, July 14th, man. You already know it's your boy Ronel. Well, I'm here with the Stockade Kids. Man, I want to thank y'all for even inviting me up here to do this with y'all, man. It's definitely an honor. I am a fan of all of y'all. We all got our own relationships, man. Make sure y'all pop out Schenectady Summer Night, July 14th. I'm out of here though, man. Y'all be good.
Yo, before you go, does anybody have any plugs they want to do?
Oh.
I don't. I'm done.
No.
That's
Yo, follow me, Josh, on that sax. I do shit still.
My guy. My guy.
There you
For all
go.
your classical saxophone needs.
I don't do anything but follow Fazio Drums on Instagram. I'm gonna start posting again someday.
I'm still on there. J for Yellow.
If you're watching, you probably already follow me. So
yeah.
There you go. Aiden, you want to shout your stuff out?
Yeah, I mean, if you need a trombonist or any sailors who want to go sailing, hit me up. Let me know.
Or
there
both.
Here's my plug.
a trombone playing sailor. There we go. I need that.
I don't do anything, and I rarely post, but I got beautiful kids, so God bless. That's it.
Man, make sure y'all tune into Oh Well's World, man. You know what I'm saying? Follow and like and subscribe. Y'all know what it is.
We out of here.